So again, on my way to work, I'm just trying to do these little videos and try to like have little streams of consciousness, or stuff that I remembered that was like streams of consciousness from previous conversations. But one of the things is like me and my buddy Haig were chilling, and talking about Jewish people, and this is really where, because me and him had talked about Jewish people and different races that had been like oppressed, in history, and like civil wars between basically like the Japanese and the Korean people, and just different feuds like that in between races, because that seems to be such a big issue right now, which it's not. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's not. I mean, it is. It's an issue, and it shouldn't be taken lightly. But the media is really the biggest problem, because it's like putting it in front of everybody and trying to fearmonger our population into being scared of other races, like when that really just doesn't, like the color, whatever color you are, doesn't really matter, so my point is, we're talking about these Armenians, these Jewish people. My buddy Haig's Armenian, and like where it started from, I'm watching this video is Jay-Z with Vinny, and Jay-Z's talking about, in one of his songs, he says something about OJ getting off. He's got Jewish lawyers and things like that, and people took offense to that. Whatever, people take offense to everything, but the point is, Jewish people was a whole race of people that they try to kill off, like actual genocide, like they try to kill off a whole race of people, and didn't work. And I don't know that it's ever worked in history, but it doesn't make any sense, so but they try to kill off this whole race of people. Now look at Jewish people, they had to come together because of that, almost being like wiped out, and they own pretty much everything now, the Kabbalah and the top Zionists and the top Freemasons and the top people in the media industry, and these families have amassed great wealth, and they really probably keep a lot of business inside the family, and they build each other up, and they network with each other, and it's like it's strong from within, and that's what we have to be as people. But you gotta, there's not many people really forced to grow, because shit hasn't hit the fan, and in fighting, it always hits the fan, it's like it in actual sparring, it always hits the fan. So, I'm forced to grow a lot. I'm forced to examine my problems in my game, which are really just something that I'm not aware of. There's something that's a part of myself that needs to develop, and I'm still the same weight that I was 6 months ago. I'm still probably relatively the same height. I might be a little taller just because my posture is better, but I'm a lot stronger. My cardio's a lot better. I have much more coordination over my body in the moves and the techniques, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's about skill and training, and like these people, like I said, they're the top Freemasons. They're the top You know, and for what do Masons do? They build, you know, and these guys are a fraternity that has been around since fraternities have even been around, you know, and so they have amassed great individual power and power within their community. And Jewish people, not all of them, you know, this isn't like saying every Jewish person is a Freemason or a Zionist or like, you know, studies the Kabbalah and, you know, has control over Seinfeld, but it is saying that, you know, like, you know, look at Hollywood, you know, like, look who really pulls the strings. Research who the directors are, and then research who they're funded by, you know, like, you know, Obama, he went from being, oh, change, and we're gonna be, you know, I'm gonna get public funding, you know, and be for the people, all that nonsense, you know, which they're all full of shit. Every politician is full of shit. That's why I don't get into politics. But, you know, then he went to private funding, aka deep pockets, aka like endless pockets. I'm talking, you know, these families do not run out of money. There's no place, you know, imagine if you have like $5 trillion, you know, and I said like 500 trillion, like, well, imagine if you have like $5 trillion, like how much money that is, and you can just literally take that money, convert it into other currencies, give these people guns, have a few individuals come in and train them and be like, yeah, this is what we stand for, we're gonna fuck these people up because they're doing harm. You have another group that you just completely fund and you just set up, you know, based on, because you have all this money, and, you know, like, it's beyond buying NBA teams. It's beyond buying jets. You get what I mean? It's like having control, like, oh, well, the media isn't a monopoly because there's 5 different news stations, but all of those stations are really owned by, you know, are really, you know, controlled by the same families. And best believe these families, who do you think they're sitting down with? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think they're in contact with? Who are their connects? You know? Like, they're making big boy moves. They put Floyd Mayweather and they put Conor McGregor on, like, and they put the Kardashians out there as these idols so that way it can divert the America's attention, you know? What the fuck's really going on? But you don't have to worry about all that. A lot of that stuff we can't control, and doesn't. If you don't have any control over it, then it doesn't matter. But what you do have control over is your own life and your own progress, your own self-belief, your own determination. You know, that's what you do have control of. You do have a control of, like, hey, you know, these people aren't up to the standard that I'm up to. Fuck them. I'm done with them. You know, that sounds harsh. But when you're truly building and you're truly going some way, not, you know, that's just what it is. The builders will rise to the top and will meet each other at the top. Everybody else just didn't quite want it enough. They didn't quite want to build enough. And because if they did, they would have been there. They wouldn't have been wasting their time, you know, being fans. They wouldn't have been wasting their time, you know, wasting away, not finding the purpose. It's like the more that I develop, the more that I am willing to learn, I'm just peeling back layers. Like, man, there's more to this. And that seems to be the theme. Okay, well, there's always going to be more, and there's always going to be layers to peel back. So you might as well just keep going. You know, you might as well just keep going. I think you get more out of life like that, you know? You know, that, like, you know, so I'm thankful, I'm blessed, and you know, in a position, in a good position, you know, so that's it. Stay blessed, go hard, I'm clocking in. Peace.